You are certainly, and always have been, a creature of habit. You know what you're going to do at a certain time, and you're there, and you map out schedules. How has it been not having the job as a head coach? Has it been a tough adjustment for you?
Well, it's going to be a tough adjustment for anybody, I think, because you have a routine and you follow a calendar year that's all designated, whether you're in season or out of season. So it's not an easy thing to make an adjustment to. It's not easy to be around the house all day and have your wife looking at you with cross eyes, like you're trespassing. So those type of things are I'm doing better. I'm trying to adjust to it. But is it easy? No, it's not easy. Not after you've been doing it as long as I have.
So what's the plan to try to get back into it, Tom? Or is there a plan to get back?
Well, there's always a plan, but how, in fact, it all comes together takes more than one party. So I would like to stay very close to the game, obviously, in some capacity, and I would like to be. And all of this time, I'm judging my own emotions, my own feelings. I've been in a situation where I've totally I've been part of a group that built the team back in the days of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And so I've done that part, and I've seen it from all different angles. I've hired lots of people. I've done those type of things, and I've been a head coach in this league for some 21 years, 22 years, and so I am. I think I've amassed some ability to help an organization, and I certainly would like to be able to do that.
Now, Tom, this is the first chance we've had to talk to you since you left the Giants, and one question that's always been left unanswered to me. Why did you give up on the Eagle job just because you couldn't get McAdoo to come over as offensive coordinator? Was that accurate? Was that reporting accurate?
No. You know what? I went down and I talked with the Philadelphia Eagles, with the people that make the decisions there, Jeffrey Lurie, their outstanding owner. I had an interesting day in terms of visiting with them. But as time went on, it just didn't feel like it was going to work, and I don't know if it was the right fit for the Eagles or for me. And it became obvious that that wasn't something that was going to happen, and so it isn't as if one party walked away from it. I just, in all reality, it wasn't going to work, and so we left it at that.
The other thing, Tom, that never seemed to really become clear was it a resignation or a firing with the Giants?
Well, let's put it this way: it's always a discussion between ownership and the coach, and it was a decision on both our parts to part ways.
All right, now this is kind of an intrusive question, but I guess that's why I get paid for this job. So I'll ask you.
So that's why.
If they say you walked away, then I mean you're really a smart guy. One of the smartest guys I've ever come across. You didn't walk away from $7 million, did you?
No.
Good. Good. My faith in the man has just been restored. Good for you.
The other thing, Tom, that bothers me, coming from a Giant fan's perspective, is when you put 2 and 2 together, it does seem like you're being blamed for what happened last year because almost the entire coaching staff came back. Jerry Reese came back. So do you feel like that you are unfairly or maybe fairly blamed for the 6-10 record last year?
Well, whatever. I'm the head coach of record last year, head coach of the New York Giants, and that my responsibility is our team and our final record, and it wasn't what everybody thought it should have been. We lost 8 games by 6 points or less. We had our difficulties. There's no doubt about it. We played hard. Our team stayed together. Our team cared for each other. They worked very hard. We did not get it done. It's my responsibility. So be that as may, blame all you want. It doesn't make any difference. It's not going to change anything. And, I've got tough skin. I can handle whatever they throw at me.
Sports is filled with people now, Tom, that everybody's too cool for school to show any emotions. And when you had that final press conference at the Giant facility and your quarterback sat there and was in tears, it moved me. Obviously you kept your composure there, Coach. What did you feel about that afterward, that Eli Manning, a guy with 2 Super Bowl championships, certainly is going to play for a lot longer? He was so moved by you not being the head coach that he was crying right in front of you. What did that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It means that it shows how much Eli cares and how much he had put into our program and what he believed in, and the fact that he felt a real need to express himself at that time. He did not try to control his emotions in any way, and just visualize me standing at the podium looking down at an athlete of this magnitude with 2 MVPs and Super Bowls, et cetera, and yet the relationship which we had enhanced over the course of 12 years was such that he felt very, very moved when the decision was made that I would be moving on. So, and there were other players there. Chris Snee was there, Richie Soybert was there. Guys were there right in the front row, right in front of me. My wife Judy was there. My son Tim was there. And the many, you don't work in an organization for 12 years without having developed many friendships. And the whole room was full of Giant personnel, people that were employed by the Giants, from cafeteria people to janitorial, whatever. All these people were my friends, my good friends, my colleagues. I'd worked with them for a long time. They were in the room as well. And, it was moving. I said I wasn't going to be sad about it, but that was the day before it came time for everyone to try to say goodbye. And I tried to say what I felt and what Judy and I had always tried to do, which is not to say goodbye, but say next time.
The other topic of conversation during the course of the season, Tom, was the meltdown against Carolina with Odell Beckham Jr. Now that you've stepped away from it, where do you think that all went wrong?
Well, the first thing that went wrong is that, we had spent a lot of time during the course of the week trying to prepare everyone, the officials, et cetera, for what was going to happen. There were some things that happened pregame. But it really bothered me that nothing, whether the officiating crew had called the 2 head coaches together or the 2 players together or indicated that one player was going to be, or they both were going to be tossed from the game. That to me irked me, and I was probably clouded because of that. I was upset because the intention, of course, was to get the player out of the game, and I just got obstinate enough to say I'm not taking him out of the game. So that was something that happened that none of us are very, very flattered or happy about. It's been discussed. I just came from the competition committee and the Madden committee meetings in Indianapolis, in which this was talked about, and the commissioner has indicated there will be some rules put in place for situations and circumstances like that, which quite frankly should never have occurred. It has nothing to do with the game. It takes away from the competitive part of the game, the interest on the part of all of us in winning and losing and playing hard and so on and so forth. And there really is no place in the game for that type of behavior, and it was too bad, and it's something that I take responsibility for as well.